Go now to Den in Portland, Oregon, listening on Modern Day Radio. Den,
Hey, all
you
right.
are on with Deacon Harold Burke-Sivers.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. Thank you to Catholic Answers and Deacon Harold. It's great to have you on there.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So, for dryness in prayer, I've found that it's an opportunity and a calling to do what the theme says is going deeper, trying to maybe think about some things I haven't been thinking about, because I fall into the rut of doing the same thing over again, with prayer, like a lot of people do.
hmm
I wonder if you could speak to that, about the idea of going deeper, maybe talking some things over with the Lord that we might be avoiding, kind of, and maybe not even aware of it, and then experiencing a breakthrough that way. And also the use of technology. I've been finding it really helpful to have an arsenal of prayer devices and tools and ideas and ways of praying. And if you could speak a little bit about the tradition in the church of utilizing books and television now, all the technologies, kind of I don't know if sanctifying the technology. I don't know if that's the right way of describing it, but
Yeah, yeah. Let me put it this way. I do use the technology on my phone. For example, I travel 150,000 miles a year, and often I'm traveling between liturgical seasons, and I pray the full liturgy of the hours every day. Okay, so on my phone, I have apps. For example, I use the iBreviary. So instead of bringing the four-volume set with me when I'm on the road, I could just go to iBreviary and use that. I also use the Laudete app. Laudete app, and I use that because there's a gazillion prayers on here, but some of them I actually bookmark. So I have bookmarked adoration, chaplet of divine mercy, consecration to Mary, litany to Saint Joseph, litany of the precious blood, Saint Benedict, Saint Joseph prayer, and I use these prayers on a daily basis and rotate them around so that every day I have a different prayer. And like I said, there's a billion prayers on here, and so you find your favorite ones and you just use those as part of your regular prayer. I think that will help to deepen your prayer life. When you start to add your life and your experiences into your prayer, so you're not just saying words, but you're actually reflecting on your life, reflecting on where you are in your relationship with God, and that prayer is aiding in lifting up your heart, so that it could be actually closer and more intimate to God's heart. Because when your will and God's will are in communion, then you're truly free to be the person He created you to be. But prayer is the way to get there. And so I think, yes, using technology could be a great way of deepening your prayer life. But I would say the easiest thing to do, or the best thing to do, would be just to start praying, to pray through those difficult times, to go to confession regularly, to just remove anything that might be blocking you from experiencing a full depth of God's grace in your life.
Thank you very much, Den.